podcast dedicated to the lore, legends, and myths surrounding the creatures that may lurk in your backyard. My name's Hewitt.
I'm Chris.
Hey man, how you doing?
Doing good. I'm glad we reached a milestone.
Oh, we did?
We did. We are officially not sponsored, but we have ads running on this podcast. Woo, we did it.
Oh, that's actually a milestone?
That's kind of a milestone, yeah.
Someone's like, I will sort of give you money to blind advertise for me.
Like a few cents per download. And we get anywhere from like, I say 20 to 50 downloads
an episode?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not bad. That's more exciting to me than the money.
Yeah. I mean,
what's the next milestone? Sponsors?
I don't know. Like, the thing is, it's like, for the longest time, I've been enjoying doing the podcast, but it got to a point to where we were just kind of coasting, doing the podcast just as we've been doing for the past almost 2 years now. And then it just popped up on our podcast, the platform we use for our podcast. And it's like, yeah, you can get sponsored ads. It's like, cool. No political ones.
Definitely, because I don't want to have the big, beautiful bullshit advertised without us knowing it.
It's like, come work for America First Pack. It's like, no, not doing that.
Okay, but let's make sure we put this out there. Any time in American history that someone has really pushed the America First stance has never been a good thing.
Yeah. But outside of that, we have the ads, and what we're going to do is see how it works, and any money that we get from it is going to go back into the podcast, mostly to, like, if we do traveling or if we need new equipment or something like that. That's the money we're going to put into, and we're going to see where it goes from there. And I also want to say, thank you to everybody that's been supporting the podcast.
Big thank you for that.
Yeah. And the way we're doing it now, the way I'm going to set up the ads is there's going to be one pre-roll, one post-roll, and then one mid-roll. So I want to try, like, that covers the gamut of, like, that's the most ads I want to put. Like, you have a option to put, like, 2 or 3 ads at the beginning, and I'm like, I don't want to do that.
Unless it was ones we made.
Yeah. And the thing is, I understand that ads can be annoying, but it kind of does help us to have, like, that extra money to put towards things. And it'll also give me more motivation to actually sit down and work on, like, how to broaden the audience, because I as much as I want to, I don't want it to become, like, too much of a second job to where it stresses me out.
I mean, the goal would be to make it your first job.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of, like, online content creation. It's like, you want it to become the thing you do. That would be cool. Realistically, right now, though,
no,
probably not.
There are so many supernatural podcasts.
Okay, I will say this about our supernatural podcast. The way it's unique is the fact that every single fucking scary podcast I listen to, super serious, treats everything with the utmost sincerity. They definitely want you to believe in what they're talking about, or they treat it like it's real.
Yeah.
We don't necessarily do that.
No.
Which is one thing I do like about this. It's very straightforward, down to earth.
Well, I mean, like, I got 2. Well, technically I got 3. I don't listen to Spook that much from people that do, oh God, I forget what it is, but it's was on NPR for a while.
Yeah.
Spooked is just a bunch of ghost stories told by Glenn Washington. But I listened to Graveyard Tales, which were kind of similar to them, except we curse. They keep it PG, and except for, like, their new podcast that they got that you got to subscribe to their Patreon for, and then that's them trying to mess with each other.
Okay.
And then the other one I've been listening to a lot for the last 2 years is And That's Why We Drink. And I love their dynamic.
Yeah.
That they take it seriously with some of it, but it's also I'm still like in 2019. Like I'm way back in the catalog.
Yeah.
But it's way
I mean,
them freaking each other out or going, oh my God, this is disgusting, is part of the reason I love it.
Yeah. I mean, thing is, too, with podcasts, they tend to be a slow burn in terms of growth. They'll have exponential growth in 1 year and then lag. But what I want to do, like, moving forward is to make sure to get the podcast feeling as good as possible. I think we talked about this at the beginning of the year, and for the most part, I have been. If you've been listening recently, you might notice a more consistency. I had to post one from when we first started, and I was like, God, this one is so bad. Like, the Bus Druid episode was like, I could tell we were super new and we were trying to, like, to get the feel of the whole doing the podcast thing. But yeah, my biggest hurdle right now is trying to do, like, social media. Because if I'm not just, like, bullshitting on social media or shit posting, I don't really know how to, like, promote things on social media.
I've been adding a lot of supernatural groups to TikTok. I've been sharing stuff on Blue Sky, but I really haven't messed with Blue Sky, like going and actively talking to people.
Yeah.
So I need to do that. The big thing that's going to be really hard for both of us with trying to make the podcast grow is we are going to have to network.
Yeah.
And we are bad at that.
Yeah, like, as much as, like, Frecky likes to say that she's not, like, good at talking with people, she, like, goes out and talks with people. I think Ruby, my wife, when we went to, like, Paracon, was, like, you know, chatting up everybody. And we were just sitting there like, I just have my beer.
We walked into Paracon very awkward because I think we expected one thing with Paracon, and it was much, much smaller and much more personal. And a lot of those folks already knew each other.
Yeah.
Also, I hate to say this way. One reason you and I were awkward is, like, the right-hand side was, like, pretty cool with stuff. Like, here's, like, haunted places and, like, and my special stuff. Like, here, I'm vending. I made some cool crocheted ghosts. And we're all like, that's dope. And on the other side, I'm a demonologist and a fortune reader. And we're like, oh, fuck you. Like, I feel like that might be a little more aggressive than it should have been. You and I both be like, that's bullshit. Like,
like, I'm just sitting there like, sure, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay.
Yeah, so that's, I feel like.
I feel myself morphing into fucking Houdini as they're talking.
Like, my thing is that you and I both really enjoy the weird, the obscure, the macabre information, and we both love ghost shows. We do. But the problem is that when you start dealing with people who diehard believers, that's not where either of us, like, I believe stuff more than you. I'm less skeptical than you on a lot of stuff, but, like.
And the thing is, it's like, I'm willing, like, I'm not going to say I'm going to believe in something. I'm willing to entertain. Like if someone's like, yeah, like, you know, I do this practice, or they talk about witchcraft or paganism, something like that, I'll be like, okay, I'll entertain it. I can't guarantee that I'm going to believe in this at the end of it, but I'll entertain it. Just
Well, there's also one person that said that they had been to the Warren School of this. I was like, oh, so you're complete bullshit.
Yeah. Oh, if they're saying they went to Warren School, I'm like, okay, no.
Also, what's not fair to the people who did have all that stuff on that side of the Paracon is right behind them was you pay $5 and here is, like, authentic jambalaya from a Cajun lady cooked in an Acadian village. You didn't see the warmer trays behind it? They had gumbo and jambalaya for, like, you paid $10 and you got a cup or a bowl.
I didn't see that. I saw the people with the pulled pork.
That was a little bit away from them, but I mean, like, also, I hate to say it this way, and it's one of the things you and I are going to have to do, is we are going to have to actually start talking to local ghost hunting groups.
Yeah.
Because when it's like, I'm a ghost hunting papa was the t-shirt that they were trying to sell, I'm like,
I mean, I've ghost hunted. I would not call myself a ghost hunter, though.
No, I'm saying, it's like when you show up, like, you have, like, the mom, the dad, and the baby.
that are very enthusiastic
No,
about
I'm saying the T-shirts they had, like, I'm a
Oh.
ghost hunting dad, I'm a ghost hunting papa, I'm a ghost hunting mama, I'm a ghost hunting kid. I'm like, I get it, it's cool, but like we also did cons for so long, and like the same people, same type of people, same personality types are always there. And one of the things I cannot stand is a busker or a salesman type thing. When it's like, look, did you tell me it's $5? I will hand you $5. I'm not going to negotiate price or argue with you on that. But
you are not someone that likes to
horse trade. No.
Yeah.
So that, I think, for the podcast to grow and for it to go where we want it to go, we're going to have to try and actively
network,
which maybe I don't have classes, I don't think, coming up. I got my internship, but I haven't found anything online for me to do yet. Like, I mean, it'll probably post up next week or week after. Like, if there's something that I got to turn in or stuff I got to do. But I also, on that same note, I had all my classes get taken down off of the internet.
Oh, shit.
For school.
Crazy.
I had all American history in my one Western Civ that's dual enrollment. And we had someone quit that was going to be doing all civics. So there's a chance when I walk in Monday, my schedule will be different. And I will pitch a fit if they make me teach civics. Okay. As long as the person teaching we only have one person teaching American history because this is the last year it's tested.
Yeah.
But the thing is I built the curriculum for the district for American history. So that would be, hey, hand it to him. But if they try to take away my dual enrollment, that'll be the third year in a row they've tried to reduce my pay.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have conversations with him and the new principal. Like, look, I'll teach all these other classes, but you're going to give me my dual enrollment back. It is unfair to all 15 kids you had in there when I saw it for them to not get this opportunity.
Yeah.
But we're a ghost podcast.
Yeah, we're a ghost. Well, we're not a ghost podcast today. We are a paranormal podcast because I want to talk about something kind of weird, kind of fun. And I'm going to do a thing you did. No, I'm not. I'm going to make the... I'm going to be decent and make the thing at the beginning of the episode. Have you ever heard of melon heads?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so
and that's about all I know is that
it's they are melon heads and you know of them.
Yes, I believe they are a candy. They are lemon flavored.
God damn, get out!
Don't throw stuff at me.
That was salt. That was a bunch of salt from our pita chips.
I'm just over here updating the list so I know that this one is written and done. Because while you do all the editing.
Oh yeah, I take care of
the master list.
So melonheads are American folklore cryptid that, depending on where you're at, might have a different origin. Not super different, but it varies from region to region. Since the 1950s, these small, spindly creatures have been said to terrorize places in Ohio, Michigan, and Connecticut.
That's Ohio and Michigan, like being close to each other. I understand it, but like.
I'm not going to comment on where Connecticut is because you know me and geography. I'm not good at it.
There's between Ohio and Connecticut, there's a whole Pennsylvania and New York.
That's what I figured. But knowing me, I'd be like, they're right next to each other. You know, Ohio's right under Connecticut, you know. But as you might have guessed, the melon heads have large bulbous heads on top of their small, skinny body, kind of like a mix of Gollum and Rubber Johnny.
Rubber Johnny.
You remember that? You remember Rubber Johnny?
No.
Okay. Do you know who Aphex Twin is? You don't.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
And I know that I've never really listened to him.
So Rubber Johnny was a art project featuring I forget the director's name. It's not Neil Blomkamp. That's District 9, whatever. It's someone else that used to do like these weird ads for PlayStation and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But he made this thing called Rubber Johnny where it's like a guy in a wheelchair with a big head dancing to Aphex Twin.
Oh, uh-huh.
It's very weird. It's done in like a night vision camera. There's a dog. It's a very weird video. I guess another one would be like Hills Have Eyes, you know. the guy with the big head, So they can have red eyes, tattered black clothes, pale greenish or gray skin, and they are noted to be very aggressive. Many people report seeing them at night out in the woods attacking them, and despite their size and strange proportions, they display supernatural speed, being able to catch up to a car going 50 miles per hour. They are also known to move silently before striking, although they do have a high-pitched wail. So they can either strike you when you least expect it, or they can be like, coming to get you!
It sounds like when Bobby Boucher was about to tackle somebody in Waterboy.
Yeah. Like many cryptids, they are nocturnal and often appear during full moons. They emerge from the shadows, as I said, screeching and throwing stones and branches while they chase down their target. And they are said to appear in regions with dense forests, rural areas, and near roads dubbed Melon Head Road. So, what is the origin of the Melon Head? Now, it depends on where you're talking about, because it deviates slightly depending on what you're talking about. So, in Ohio, Lake County, Kirtland, which is a suburb of Cleveland, it is said to they have been created by a doctor named Dr. Crow in his house or an orphanage. I guess it changes depending on...
Maybe his house was an orphanage.
Yeah. It is said did experiments on children with hydrocephalus. Hydrocephalus is the swelling of the head due to fluids.
Hydrocephalic.
Hydrocephalus?
Because if you say syphilis...
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I see where you're going. Yeah.
It's not really wet syphilis. Name of the episode.
Hydrocephalus. Thank you.
These children with hydrocephalus.
Oh, they have more problems than just the hydro part,
It's eating the brain.
Oh, no. I am a college dropout. He either calls hydrocephalus or they already had it, but he would inject fluids, quote unquote, into them. No story says what the fluid was. It's just what the experiment was for.
Well, if it was hydrocephalus, I got a feeling I know what it was.
God damn it, Hewitt. I definitely got to put a fucking thing at the beginning of this.
You started it.
From what I can tell, he was just kind of a bad guy or an asshole. The kids, warped by the experiments, killed Dr. Crow, burned down the house or orphanage, whatever, and fled into the surrounding woods. Although, I
feel like there's a horror movie with this.
There probably is. This is a very... you're going to see a pattern here. It's a similar story, just various...
Also, what time period are we talking about this occurring in?
This story, great that you asked, 1950s.
Okay, so let me tell you how the melon heads were probably made then if it's the 1950s. Thalidomide.
Ow.
And actually it's probably not thalidomide because that made you pink and not have the top layer of your skin. Oh man, your chip broke.
My chippy broke.
But also the wild shit that they did to kids back then. Because this would be boomers, lead paint.
Or just the 40s and 50s were kind of...
Radium in the toys.
It wasn't just that. It's there were, medical things going on that people were like, yeah, this works. I guess that was, from, forever, but...
that's why I said thalidomide, because,
Yeah. But, there is a portion of the story that... they say the kids killed Dr. Crow because he struck his wife, and his wife was nice to the kids, and the kids liked his wife. And they decided, nah, bridge too far.
Injecting my head with unknown, mysterious, milky liquid. That's okay. It's the 1950s.
With thermidoride, whatever, syphilis, whatever it could be.
But you hit... The lady that gave me a whole Tootsie Roll.
She gave me Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and that shit was delicious. And you struck her, you bastard. Take this knife in your eye.
You know what? I approve of that as you know what? He died because he was Cinnamon Toast Crunch lady.
But they They were said to take refuge in the woods and became a small community that eventually became the Melon Heads. They will attack anyone who comes near their home, which is located somewhere near Wilsner Road, and Kirtland and Chardon Township in Ohio.
So that is the Ohio branch of the Melon Heads.
That's the Ohio branch. Michigan. Felt Mansion, Holland.
In Holland, Michigan?
Holland, Michigan. Similar to the Ohio story, the Melon Heads were children with hydrocephalus, I did it right that time, who fled, this time in an insane asylum near Felt Mansion. Living in the woods, they become feral and now attack anyone who comes near their home. They are often seen near Felt Mansion as well as Ottawa County. You're seeing like a little bit of a similar thing here. It's usually like kids with hydrocephalus or kids that are
experimented on,
and they go buck wild, and they decide we're gonna live in the woods and I guess inbreed.
I mean, depending on the number of children at first, because if we're talking about 1950s, we're only talking about 4 generations at this point. Yeah. So there's a chance that there's not that happening yet.
Yeah.
But if you're buck wild, big old head, spindly, superpowered creatures out in the woods.
Yeah. So very, like, the Michigan one is very similar to the Ohio one. The Connecticut version, that's where it gets a little bit bigger. And actually in Connecticut, that's where there's different, like, roads. There's, like, one Melonhead Road. It's Wilsner Road in Ohio. And then there's, like, 7 or 8 different roads, including one called Dracula Drive in Connecticut, which is very funny. Like, apparently it got the name Dracula Drive because it nothing to do with the Melon Heads. It just had to do with, like, kids would do pranks on the thing, like vampire pranks or some shit.
So, like, they drove through the ditches, they burned all the witches.
Right in the back of the Dracula area, yes. So, in various areas in Connecticut, once again, we have another asylum, this time the Center for the Criminally Insane in Fairfield County. Said that the inmates of the asylum, this time it's not kids with
You're about to do it again.
Cephalus.
New D&D disease coming to you.
Hydrocephalus. It not only causes the welts, it causes the blisters. Causes the hydro. You get bumpy with open sores. He doesn't like this description.
That's just called a leak.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it's not kids with hydrocephalus. It's just inmates at a asylum for the criminally insane. They decided to burn down the asylum, kill everybody in there, and then, as you might have guessed, go into the woods.
And get big old heads.
Get big old heads. You know, they go into the woods, get big old head, resorted to cannibalism and inbreeding, of course. You do.
Hills have eyes.
Yeah. I guess they were just like, we're going to burn this shit down and we're going to fuck each other until we're just giant-headed cannibals that throw rocks at you in the middle of the night.
Well, I mean, that you want to know probably why they went cannibal to begin with. Is a healthcare CEO wandered into the woods in 1961. He was the sacrifice for that year.
Yeah. Fucking the billionaire curse fueling the Melon Heads since 1960.
Like they're like, why does he taste so good? He's only ever eaten pure, unadulterated food. He doesn't even know what Captain Crunch smells like, let alone tastes.
But his flesh tastes like Captain Crunch. I don't even.
We just made this entirely too weird.
I mean, this is kind of a weird. It doesn't matter. In the woods, they resorted to cannibal. Yeah, we went through that. But wait, there's more. There's also a story in Connecticut that a family from Shelton Trumbell was banished into the woods for supposedly practicing witchcraft. Now,
this is the version of the story I've heard.
Let me ask you this. Do you think past this that witchcraft is at all involved in the story?
Absolutely not.
It is not. It's inbreeding and cannibalism. They resorted to inbreeding and cannibalism in the 1880s, and then those two people became the Melon Heads.
So, like, they Shawnee beaned it?
I guess. Like, here's the thing that's really funny about this. It's like you have this story of, like, people getting banished.
Because they're witches.
And then it's like you don't even use the witch part. You don't even invoke that in the story. It's just like they could have been practiced. Who knows? They were actually brother and sister, and they fucked in the woods, and then ate each other. I don't know. And then they became the fucking melon heads.
I don't think they ate each other. They probably ate passers-by.
That's true. That it wouldn't make sense for them to eat each other.
Didn't this sounds a little bit like an X-Files episode?
It probably is. There was a few different things.
Oh, yeah, because there was like the weird inbred family, and they found the mom in a suitcase underneath the bed with no arms or legs.
Hills Have Eyes. I mean...
Bone. Did you ever see Bone Tomahawk?
No, but I know a little bit about it.
Same
thing.
Same thing. Like the troglodytes were cannibalistic, inbred mountain dwellers.
Yeah, so there's like... It's actually just playing on a trope that's been around for ages.
Wild people in the woods gonna eat you.
Yeah. And it's just kind of mixed with like this medical ignorance of hydrocephalus. As you might know, I've said it wrong. I mean, I know what hydrocephalus is. I've always seen it typed. I've never actually had to say it. But melon heads in other states had relatively small stomping grounds. But in Connecticut, they range from 3 counties, 9 towns, and 8 roads. And like I said before, Melonhead roads, including Velvet Street, which is also called Dracula Drive. And I did see a little bit of stuff predating this, but it's like vaguely similar stories that don't actually really directly tie into what this is. It's more, we're talking about wild people in the woods sort of deal. Or we're talking about strange medical anomalies that happen to people that turn them crazy or something like that. It's stuff that's adjacent to the melon heads, but it's not necessarily like, I didn't really find it particularly privy to put in here, you know what I mean?
Right.
So why don't we get into some sightings, because I know there is one sighting on here you're gonna love, but we're gonna start out small. We're going to start out in Michigan. So the first story is not much of anything. A woman and her friends were exploring the then abandoned, so this would be in the 90s, Felt Mansion, and saw a shadowy figure with a large head approach them. They called out to the figure, but the figure just grunted and started chasing them. And chased them out of the manor. And then that's kind of the end of the story. They saw something weird in the mansion and decided to run. Although there is like one smaller story that's technically related to Melonheads, but it takes place 59 miles away from Felt Mansion in a place called Cook Nuclear Plant.
Of course, a nuclear plant.
It doesn't take place in the nuclear plant. It takes place in a cave near there.
Oh, still, it's near a nuclear plant. This sounds like a believable story.
Yeah, well, tell me if this sounds familiar. You go into a tunnel near the plant, turn off your lights, and throw your keys out the window. You chant Melonhead 3 times. And it is said the Melonhead kits will then appear and return your keys.
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
Or just any sort of like, Bloody Mary or
Hookman.
Foufoulé in some instances. So,
Saint Germain, Saint Germain, Saint Germain. Hello, boys.
Hello.
Who wants some absinthe?
It's like, oh, dude, I know what you put in there. So yeah, I didn't see anything about this area having anything to do with the origin. Like, I would expect like a nuclear power plant to be.
Like, that would be like a good cause. Like, you could say these were like Toxie's cousins or something like that.
But there's really nothing about that. In fact, it's like they take an older sort of urban legend and appropriate it to the Melonheads.
That's like 90% urban legends.
Yeah. But in Ohio, and this one takes place in 2001, a man named Tony was driving up and down the road with his family to catch a glimpse of the creature, with no luck until they see a figure running down next to a ditch, seemingly attempting to jump over, but pulling it in the last second. Like, so they would approach and then, like, I guess get scared and just...
Oh, shit, man, I ain't got it.
Yeah. This version of the melon head was larger, 5'7", still with tattered clothes, though. Still with the big head. As they drove next to the creature, they realized it was going as fast as them, about 45 miles per hour. At a turn, the creature dove into the woods and then disappeared. So it's like this quick event where they're going to look for a melon head, and then they find someone
that matches the description
that is running as fast as their car, and then at a turn, he just dips into the woods.
So, like, here's my thing. Bro, you had that jump. If you're running as fast as the car, bro, you got that jump. You could jump a ditch.
I don't know. I have seen, like... There are videos online where you can see videos of people running nearly as fast as a car in short bursts. And it's... My guess is, like, it's someone that's probably on something.
Methamphetamines.
Like, or some sort of stimulant that just supercharges them for, like, a short period of time. But it also alters your perception. So they were probably like, nah, man, that's 2 miles wide. I can't jump that.
That's the Grand Canyon, bro.
That's Grand Canyon. I can't do it. I'm going 45 miles per hour, but I can't do it.
Come on, Evel Knievel this shit, man. You
All
got
right.
it.
So my favorite story of this comes from Connecticut. And we go back to Velvet Street, or Dracula Drive, in Trumbull, Monroe. So it's a road that goes from Trumbull, Connecticut to Monroe, Connecticut. And this takes place in the 1980s. A group of teen girls were joyriding around and, once again, going to look for the creature. They decided to park the car, a 1982 Ford Granada Blue, and venture into the woods.
First mistake.
Yeah, first mistake. They get about a couple hundred feet into the woods, and then they hear the sound of car doors slamming. Scared, they turn around and just barely get out of the way as the car barrels towards them. As they look at the car, they see multiple melon heads with their large heads in the car driving right by them.
So melon heads done stole their car.
Some say they still drive that Ford Granada to this day.
This is how you explain to Dad how you lost his 1982 Ford Granada, isn't it? Dad, it's not in the woods. It's not in the woods just hitting a tree.
It was the melon heads.
The melon heads stole it.
Car.
I would never do it, Dad.
When I first heard this story, like, it was on shit. I don't think I put them in my sources because I had to, like, I heard it there and then I read it somewhere else, but they played the story so fucking straight. And I was just laughing as I was listening to it because it's so dumb.
Now, to be fair, though, in this economy, I believe someone might still be driving a 1982 Ford Granada.
And they might be melon heads, you know? They might be like, my dad gave me this, who was also my great-grandbrother. I don't know.
Great-grandbrother, new relation tree.
New relation tree. Okay. We got through all that. So, what are some of the explanations for the melon heads?
Ableism.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big one. Ignorance, fear of the unknown, or fear of other.
Fucking Dr. Crow.
Dr. Crow. Well, here's the thing.
And his hate of Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
It might come as a surprise to you that there's no evidence that Dr. Crow existed.
No.
Yeah, I know. It's you would think there was like so much history here, right? There's also no record of an insane asylum on Felt Mansion or near Felt Mansion. It was a seminary for a while, which, fun fact, this was the seminary that Pope Leo went.
Oh.
So Felt Manor or Felt Mansion is where he went when it was a seminary. And it was also a prison for a stint, but after that it was abandoned until the 2000s. I did read a story that specifically where melon heads might have come from in the Michigan area is during like people's stint at the seminaries, they would call like the especially gifted students melon heads, which that's kind of like an old school,
like Egghead, Brainiac, Poindexter,
something like that. The Fairfield Hospital in Connecticut was real, but there was no record of a fire. Pretty much none of the origins of the melon heads can be substantiated, and there's little to no evidence of them. The most likely explanation, as we said, is a mixture of fear, misunderstanding, and ignorance, ableism, whatever you want to call it. I think it's a lot of it, too. It's just a game of telephone. Someone tells a scary story, and then it just evolves over a generation.
How do you make a story scarier is to make the individual that did something weirder looking.
Yeah. And then you just continue to add to it.
Make them cannibals. That makes them scarier.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's like, you can go off and, like, attribute a lot of the sightings, quote unquote, of it to animals. You're seeing something apparently that's 4 to 6 feet tall. In that range. I think it's more like 4 to 5 feet tall. But you're seeing something in that range in the dark. It's almost always seen at night. Even with moonlight, you're not going to see like a clear vision of something. So you could very well just be seeing wildlife or a person, just like a normal...
Or the Loveland Frog Man.
Loveland Frog casting a spell on you.
I am no frog, I am a melon head.
Just kidding.
Zip, zap,
I am the Enfield Horror. You thought I was a kangaroo, didn't you? Well, I'm here.
Hop, hop.
Hippity hoppity. Give me your wallety.
I got mugged by the Loveland Frog Man.
But regardless, the legend has endured. It has media, and it also has a Halloween celebration involving the melon heads, where, people do the... like they dress up and everything like melon heads, and have, like, if you go to certain regions, they'll have like stuff like melon head auto repair and shit like that, kind of like how we have like
the Hodeg,
up
in
but yeah, that's the melon heads.
This is a good urban legend, but I also feel dirty because of, like you said, hydrocephalus.
Yeah. Look, I never said I was a smart person. In fact, I reiterate it on multiple occasions. No, I like the story. I think it's interesting. I like little local things, and I like the fact that this is a local thing in like 3 different states. And despite being in 3 different states, over the years they kind of congealed into very similar but still diverging.
It's like, hey, your cryptid sounds like my cryptid.
Now we're both the same cryptid, but different sort of things we're doing.
And then Connecticut goes, no, we're not. I don't have Skyline chili near me.
And we're just in the New England area.
We have chowder.
Yeah. So anyway, my sources are obviously Wikipedia for basic links. New England Historical Society, the Melon Heads of Connecticut. I'm going to mispronounce this. Geauga County Maple Leaf, Revenge of the Melon Heads, Urban Legend or Real Life Horror. The Ranker, the most unique stories fueling the Melon Heads urban legend. Spooky Appalachia, Melon Heads. Also just called Melon Heads is I Am Bookface, Cryptid Wiki, and the Damn Connecticut. News 3 investigates the Melon Heads of Kirtland. And click on Detroit, the Legend of Michigan's Melon Heads. Thank you for listening. We are back with Obscura. We release every Tuesday. And we are going to try to be on social media more. You can find us on TikTok. You can find us kind of on Facebook. You can find us on Blue Sky. We might be on Reddit. I don't know. We're on Patreon. We don't do shit on Patreon. But we are also Team Bonus Action.
Team Bonus Action is a group of friends who like to play games on Sundays and Mondays, and sometimes video games throughout the rest of the week. We are loosely connected with, I shouldn't say loosely because we are officially connected with Extra Life between now and the end of the year. So if you donate, all proceeds will go to Batson's Children's Hospital in Jackson to alleviate the cost of medical bills for parents and for children, so that nobody has to worry about paying for either Christmas gifts, the rent, or a medical bill. So if you can help out, please donate. We would greatly appreciate it. Probably by the next time we record, we will actually have all of our Extra Life information up.
Right. And with that, I hope you have a good day or night or whatever time it is over there.
Hey, I think I know Dr. Crow's wife's first name.
What is that?
Karen. Karen Crow.